How did I miss that one the last time? Look up there. That is a massive dam holding back probably a lot of water right there. Wow, 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 wow. Sometimes you just don't see it from a different angle. Wow. Impressive.
This is what makes a biker so excited.
I just want to take a second to take it in.
But then my navigation just said, nah, you're gonna do another one.
Hello. At least you get to see a little bit more
Of the Stelvio.
But this is actually the best view that I can give you. That was freaking awesome. It feels like coming home somehow. I just wanted to say good morning on this day 13. Look at that weather. We got the sun today and I'm very happy because it's a little bit, just a small transit day. We will do enough passes, don't worry. The Maloja Pass we did yesterday, we are going to do down. Then we have the Lukmanier Pass and we have the Oberalp Pass. In order to then go to Andermatt, go a little bit down to Altdorf, where our hotel is located. Yesterday, at the top of the Maloja Pass, I was talking about a very long day that I had, and I just wanted to go to the hotel. Well, that's actually the route that I'm going to do today. But as all the hotels in the neighborhood were so expensive, I just got a vignette so I can take the highway in and out. So I'm also going to do that, just that, a little bit of highway in order to make sure that it's not too long of a day. So now it's only 6 hours and 20 minutes, which is a perfect day actually. But we still get to see the sights, and I have a bonus for you, a bonus lake, but more about that later in this video. I just want to say sit back and enjoy, relax and enjoy the sights, and I'll check in a little while. So when it comes to age, I think this is far too complicated for a 4-year-old. So let's say that this one has been designed by a 5-year-old. No pun intended, of course. But look, look, look. They make the most fun roads, I have to admit. And here you have it. So we'll first have Swiss customs because we're leaving Switzerland, then Italian customs, and then in about 1.5 hours we have it all the way around again in order to go into Switzerland. And I don't know if you can see, but the mighty waterfall is still going. Yeah, I know you can see it very well. It's a really pretty one. We are almost down in the valley where we were yesterday as well. As you can see, the two mountains in front of us. Yesterday we came from Lago di Camo, which is here on the left. And we are going to the right, so around that one mountain, in order to go back into Switzerland. The Spluga Pass. And the Spluga Pass will be the one to bring us all the way back into Switzerland. And it's not a really wide road out here. Oh, this one are very, very narrow. You always adjust for it, just go into a lower gear, take your time, making sure that the engine is revving, that your chain is solid and not chunky, and that you checked that you're in the right gear before starting to turn. So make sure that right here, that you're completely finished with everything you wanted to do in front of it, because if you are in neutral while you're going through the turn, you will definitely fall. There's no correcting that one, so always make sure you're ready. We have this nice little bridge with no water down below because it hasn't been raining since yesterday morning early. Dos tornanti, two hairpin bends. I always thought the Gotthardpass was really difficult because it had the exact same pattern. But I don't think that one will be an issue anymore. I had to skip that one 3 years ago because of the challenging curves and also the cobblestones and everything. Last year I did it even in the fog, as you could see on the other video on my channel. But after this, that should not be an issue anymore. And then if you mix that together with the experience we had in Slovenia, traffic is also not an issue anymore. You now just know how to deal with it. Even one of the curves completely covered in a tunnel. You know I don't like those. Well, this one is open enough so you can still see everything. But the ones that are closed with no light whatsoever are actually quite dangerous. It is that I have a map in front of me, because otherwise that would be an issue. You don't see the curve at all. Very happy we're going up here instead of down the hill. Oh wow, that person can't even make the turn. I see this magnificent dam because of course a pass isn't a pass unless it has a lake. So let's see how this lake is right here. Always wave to bikers. It has to be massive, right? That's some anticipation right there. And we have it. So we're almost at the highest point, not completely, but almost. As you can see, we still have a little bit of climbing to do. So I do hope that there's a sign there, because this one I definitely want to add to my collection. This was a nice pass to ride. Sorry that I forgot about it, the Spluga Pass. Who knew? I even didn't mention it this morning during my introduction. So just to show you guys that I'm not lying, because I wouldn't. But here, look at this, 51. Do you remember how much Tornanti's the Stelvio Pass had on the north side? It wasn't 51, it was less, it was 48. Which means that this one has 3 turns more than the Stelvio even. As we are almost at the top. I don't think the other ones count. Still. This was a challenging one. Last time we did it going down, and I think that made the difference. Because now going up, it was a challenging one. I want a picture with the sign here. Now I want a picture with the sign. For as far as it's not stickered in, what the hell? And the Swiss customs. These roads are also so narrow. Look at that view. It was unfortunately impossible for me to make a picture on the top of the pass because the sign was just completely covered with stickers. From front to back, bottom to right, left to right, everything. So I took a sign of welcome to Switzerland instead because it also had the name on it. Still, it's added to my collection now. Hello! More cows. I don't blame them laying down on the flat part. I can imagine standing on the side of the hill is also not really that comfortable, right? From there up there we came, just a couple of bends and you're already down here. Sorry, I need to show this for a second. I'm not going too close to the edge, but if you see this, that just puts a smile on your forking face, right? What the hell? Oh. I need a picture of this because nobody's gonna believe me. Or at least a challenge, right? So normally if you want to do the San Bernardino Pass, you are on this road next. So you are following this, it's not really a highway, but it is a throughway. But you have to go through every village. So if you don't want a vignette, you definitely can still do this pass, so you can still get everywhere. It's just, it's going to take a little bit more time. So in order to keep it around 6.5 hours, I decided to just take this road as I had a vignette anyway. So this will be my second time on on a vignette road in Switzerland. And this one will take us all the way down into the valley. We'll take another highway and then I'll have a little surprise for you guys. And the waterfalls. Look at that. It's really neat to have a highway through a region like this. I know for biking normally you go for the passes, but just to create a shortcut like this, it's perfect. So we are going to leave the highway behind. We could have taken this all the way, but this highway goes to the St. Gotthard tunnel, and that actually comes to Altdorf. But I don't want to make it a full transit day. That's the thing. We already had some amazing passes this morning, but we are now on our way to the Lukmanier pass, and also to take the Oberalp pass to get us into Andermatt. And from Andermatt we take the Gotthardpass down into the valley where our hotel will be. That will be roughly 3 more hours. But as I said, I don't want a full transit day, so I have some fun things in here as well. And you will see that in a second. I'm not gonna spoil it yet. It's gonna be magnificent though. It's definitely a place to just sit down, relax, and just take a little bit of a break. I'm very happy that we're getting out of this valley, because at some point it was 32 degrees, which is crazy, I know. Especially because up in the mountain, sometimes it's only 7 or 9. But that's why we brought layers. So as you can see, the Lukmanier, as it's called in Italian, the pass is going that way, but we're going this way, because we're going to Campo Blegno Girone, and I'll show you by the time that we're up why the reason was that I wanted to get up. The nice thing is it's a challenge to get up. If you know also narrow streets, hairpin bins, I'll show you in a second. So if you look up that hill, you don't see anything strange, right? Just looks like any regular hill, 3 cars on top, nothing special. Well, we have another 4-year-old drawing here in order to get up. And let me tell you, this is very, very narrow, because we have to get up quickly. Here, now you see cars on multiple levels, so I think now it's a little bit more clear. And we're going to Val Lutun. That's one big ass dam. That's the reason why I wanted to come up here. And the funny thing is, you will find it when somebody actually tells you, oh, you need to go here as well, because otherwise you would just pass it. And seriously, it's a small little detour, so it doesn't take you that far off the road. But look at that. That's a reason to take a detour for, right? So this gives you a little bit of an overview from the top. Look how massive it is, and then the view in the bottom of the valley as well. But I think we can do better than this, right? Yeah, let's see if we can do that. Welcome to Diga del Lutun, one of the larger dams here in the region. Look at that. That forking view, yes. Now that's worth a detour, right? Look at that. Let me stop for a second. At one point we were down there as well. And you can even see the pass. So in this valley going up, that's the pass that we're going to take in order to get to Andermatt. But like I told you, this is a wonderful view. Definitely worth the detour. And that will get you into the middle of the lake. Look at this.
GPS signal retrieved.
You can go further down if you want, but for me this is enough. So after a short break at this magnificent lake, We are going further down the Lukmanier pass to get us all the way up. And then we take the Oberalp pass in order to go down at Andermatt again. From there, it's only about 20 to 30 minutes in order to go down the valley to head to Altdorf. I'm very happy to reach a little bit more civilization again, because I saw that there was an Asian restaurant in nearby. I haven't seen those like the entire trip, so I'm very much in for some chicken sweet and sour tonight. Let's see if we can make that happen. And then we're back on the main road again. There we have it, the start of the Lukmanier. With some hitchhikers in front of the thing. I do have to say, the road could do with an upgrade. So I put my suspension on soft. At least it will absorb a little bit of everything. It's called Santa Maria. And here we have it. Lukmanier is what it's called. Funny. The Italian way. We are now actually moving away from the Italian speaking side as well. As we are moving into the Swiss-German side. And of course, a pass is not a pass if there's not a lake, right? And then we see the dam together with the lake. And some roadworks, as always. Look at this. So this is like half carved out from a mountain, right? And continuously checking in and out to get there. You can see all the power lines and everything else here around the corner. Wow, they really... This was the space they had to work with, and they said, yeah, let's grab it. View is marvelous. There's a little creek down below as well. Oberalp Pass. So this is a pass where we will see a lot of trains again, as you see here. I also remember that at Andermatt you even have also a tunnel where the train has to go through the last mountain, and then it will circle down using like, yeah, how do you say that in English? It doesn't, because it's so steep, it can't use rail, so it has like this separate system in the middle, like the third rail, where it hooks in and then it turns in order to go up, to make sure that it doesn't slide down, I can imagine. I'll show you on the other side what I'm talking about. Do you see that up there? That's just for the train. As you can see how high up it is. We stay below here. So this is a pass where really everything comes together. So you have the road, you have the train, and then also the clouds, because that's how high up we are. And it's been cloudy on this side all day. Lucky for us, tomorrow will be better, as we are going to do the circular here, 6 passes in a single day, but long ones. My favorites. Normally we always start here, but this time I decided to finish here. So as I said, the info center here had like a light fixture, a lighthouse. And I remember the lighthouse, but I just didn't know if that was still back down, if it was further down. But this is the top of the Oberalp Pass. This one is just over 2 kilometers high. And now we will go straight down all the way into Andermatt. And then from Andermatt, we still have to go down further in order to go to Altdorf. But I do hope that, especially at the end of the pass, we still get to see the trains coming by, because there's some really nice engineering right there. And this is something that we haven't seen that much yet, is that you come over the mountain and then you see the fog from the clouds. I find this so beautiful, really, really beautiful. You can already look down in the valley. I just wanted to stop because over there, all the way down, you see Andermatt, where we are heading. And then you also see the rail in front of it with the third rail with the grappling hooks. There's always one hook down, and that's how it propels itself forward and backward. And then in the background, you see the Gotthardpass and the Spluga Pass as well. For bikers, Andermatt is a really nice place to be. And then it's welcome to Andermatt. It's a really neat little town, just very, very ridiculously expensive. And they're now also building 5-star resorts on the other side. This is the road that I was talking about with the train. We can actually see that one of the train is actually already ready to go. Let's see if we can record that one. So unfortunately, I was checking, the trains are not leaving, not due until another 20 minutes. That's a little bit too long for a wait. So then we're moving ahead. I still have a video from back then when the train was actually coming from my cell phone. Perhaps I'll put it on here as well. Beautiful, isn't it? And as this is a ski resort, they try to keep it open as long as possible. That's where all these tunnels are coming in. But get your snow chains out for sure. By that time, we're still pretty much high up as we are going down right now. It's really strange, but as I did this one multiple times already, it feels like coming home somehow. And then out of the blue you have the opening for the highway here, for the large tunnel. And we are heading to the direction of Lutun. So you're seeing all the traffic on the other side, right? There's one big reason for it. They don't want this kind of traffic in the Gotthard tunnel, because if you have traffic in there and people would stop, that would be considered dangerous. So what they do is they phase in. So they have a green light for a couple of minutes so that everybody can rush, and then it goes red just to give a little bit more breathing space inside the tunnel. But this obviously in holiday traffic, yeah, that creates a little bit more stopping and probably a wait of 20-30 minutes before you can actually go into the tunnel. Okay, this is just a little tiny bit weird that it's raining, but because we're on the highway going in and out tunnels, it's not that bad. And then the sunshine is behind us, which is completely like weird, right? Here in sunshine with heavy rain, going from tunnel to tunnel. Unbelievable. and we're almost at our hotel. I have to admit, it was a shame that the last 10 minutes it would just pour down, because we had such beautiful weather the rest of the day, like sunshine and 33 degrees even at some point in the valley. But hey, you cannot have everything. Plus, this will be dry in a second, so no issues whatsoever. We had a long day. We started before 9, and it's now almost 4:30 that we are arriving. So that justifies why we did a little bit of a highway in order to still do everything else. We had some gorgeous views, but I have to say the Splügenpass, yeah, that's the pass to beat. That was unexpected, high. More twists and turns than the Stelvio in order to get up, and that was impressive, I have to admit. Andermatt is always nice to see, and yeah, like I said, everything else was an adventure, but I've been here last year, I've been here 3 years ago. I love this this area, this region. It's a little bit more civilization if you look at it, but then also on the other side with the passes, it feels like freedom. So that's why I always love to be here. So tomorrow we have a even bigger exciting day, because we're going to do all the main passes here that every biker must have done. Because you can go in any direction and they are lovely. So, but that's for tomorrow. For today, I thank you for watching. This probably a little bit of a longer episode, because there's enough in order to put in there. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe below this video. Very important, because it helps my channel. And I hope to see you the next time. Stay safe, everyone. Because today we are going to do the Big 5. And that's the biggest 5 passes in the center of Switzerland. I really hope that you can see down there on how tight those curves are. This is still a gorgeous sight to be, because behind it, it's a glacier. And here you can see the Grimsel Pass, or at least the last bit of the Grimsel Pass in all of its glory.